always forget that does that. See if we can fix that before getting started. File, scripts. It's probably not in scripts, but I wish I could figure out how scripts work. Like, what language do you even do them in? You know what? Let's find out. I don't know. I don't know how to find that out. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. It's probably some weird ass file, like, oh, of course, it's Lua. That thing that I've heard of, but have no idea how it works. And then you'd have to be like, okay, let me get, what is it called? VS Code Community or whatever. Let me set that up for 3 hours so I can code in Lua. Anyway, yeah, let's forget about that. How's everything looking? Okay. For some reason, sometimes my avatar has like the little window thingy, like it's not fully full screened. I don't know, it's weird. But hello. Wait, hello. Oh, that's a way to make it not do that. If I'm not tabbed into the window, it won't register as a command. Okay, good to know. Properties. Wait, no, 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 no. I don't like that you can see everything on the menu stuff. Krita doesn't do that. Who knows, I might have like big booty bitches or something in my saved files or something. Alright, let's see. Commands. Anything with a number can go to hell. Is that 9 or G? I guess we'll find out. I'm pretty sure it was a 9. Oh, they have F function commands. That's kind of cool. I like functions, the function buttons. Okay, I'm not seeing all those numbers that I feel like I should be seeing. There we go. Yeah. Go to hell. Go to hell. Go to hell. And you, go to hell. Purgatory. And hell. Alright. Okay. So now, tabbed in, I can wave, and it doesn't mess up the whole thing. Whoops. So yes, hello, I'm Pendragon. As promised, I'm doing sort of an earlier stream. We're gonna do Dark Souls, don't worry. It's gonna happen. I'm thinking there's probably not a lot of reason to. I don't know. There's no reason to make this the thing that advertises the channel, and that's kind of what we're trying to do here is come up with good content that can be turned into cheap regurgitated shorts. And then because those are actually doing pretty well, I'm actually surprised. I got like 3 likes on both of the ones that are currently posted, and like 200, almost 300 views on both of them, which is like well and above the visibility that I've had before. So like all those YouTube videos that say, hey, if you want a better channel, you just gotta post and post and post. Yes, apparently that is literally the way to do it, is post more. However, I did notice there is an audio issue with the shorts, and it's gonna be on every damn short that's posted. For some reason, even though it exported with it being mono audio on both sides of the headphones, that got ported into YouTube as stereo on one side. So you can only hear my voice from one side of the headphones. And that drives me up the wall. Seriously though. I looked up a solution to fix that, so hopefully the next week's shorts, like the just the flurry of posts, will be better. I'm thinking. I don't really know how to make that work. I just know you're supposed to put the same mono audio track on a separate audio, like two audio tracks, them being the exact same, so that when it goes to YouTube, it just turns it to stereo, but you're still hearing the exact same, thing. Random little audio mishap, which I shouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised, actually. I figured this is going a little too well, right? Anyway, I'm just trying to finish my coffee before we start. I'm probably gonna work on some sprites. I got this magician character, kind of, and I'll show that off for you. He's running. He's got a 4 frame run and a jump, which isn't finished, obviously. I think this is the same shit. Oh yeah, we got this little like ta-da, where he's got his like magic things and stuff. It's not finished. So, but the goal is for it to be finished eventually. Hey, that actually doesn't animate poorly. This is supposed to be like a crouch, but it actually kind of works for that dodge. I vibes with it. Actually, with that being in such a good place, I'm kind of tempted to set this aside for now. We're still working on the furries. Like we got the bird. Look at her. She looks okay. I hate her hands. I hate everything about her arms, but I don't know what to do with them right now. But she's kind of idling. But that's the thing is like her hands are just like that, they're just wide open and like what are they doing? They're not doing nothing. She needs to relax. It's like everything about her is relaxed except her fingers, where she's like, meow, like she's about to do Palpatine lightning or something. Anyway, let's get to work. Yeah, this is going to be a shorter stream, and then we're going to switch over to Dark Souls, which I'm hoping we might even finish the game today. I just realized my avatar is a little too high. Let me see if I can fix that. Better? That might be better. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Whoops. I keep trying to like take my mouse to the OBS screen and move the canvas around because I feel like I'm seeing it shows my mouse on OBS and it shows it when I'm clicked into OBS, so it gets confusing, but just little weird streamer oddities. So the good news is we don't have to work in 7 frames of this hyper detailed sprite because most of them are duplicates. So we're just gonna, I'm pretty sure I know which ones are duplicates. It's like this one, or this one, yeah, this one, and then this one. It's actually 3 frames, but we kind of mess around with the keying of it to achieve an illusion of movement. But without those frames, it's just really choppy. You can kind of see her quote unquote chest is behaving strangely. We're gonna try to fix that. Where's my brush? What's happening here? Oh. Yeah, let's get rid of that. The only reason this background is here is just because my client, quote unquote, that I'm doing this for, I send them the gifts. What the fuck? I send them the gifts of this stuff, and for some reason the message platform that I'm sending them through doesn't it doesn't like blank backgrounds, like transparent. It goes kind of nuts because of that. So I used a bit of a green screen tactic there. So yeah, see if that kind of helps that, because there is some ugliness going on from when I was artificially expanding the chest to mimic breathing. That might have fixed it. It's kind of like this is moving for no reason. So try to get that. But yeah, we'll get on Dark Souls here after a while, and it'll be fun. We'll all have a good time. Maybe I need to dim that out. It gets a little tedious when it comes to animation, like because you do have to make sure every little thing is polished a lot of the time. But I like the minor adjustment phase where it's like, oh, this is moving kind of weird, and then you just make like one pixel change, and it's like, oh, suddenly it looks okay. It's kind of cool. Mm, let's see. Yeah, see these hands are just so lifeless. You know what I think? I think they don't need to be hands like that. They don't need to be wide open because that's just not how you. That's not how people's hands work. You know, they kind of just lays about unless they're putting them to work. So I mean, you could reasonably expect the hands to be like this. But the reason they were like that is because I was trying to base the animation, the animated sprite, off of an original static sprite, which I think the open hands kind of works, like the Palpatine hands. It's okay for a static sprite. It's just not great when it's in motion because it just looks unnatural. Like concept art looks fine. Character sheet looks fine. That doesn't look amazing either. There was originally gonna be a different kind of game with this character as the protagonist. It was actually gonna be a platformer, and this is like ancient history, because I was the one that originally designed this character, and she was never had this whole costume on. She was like a tribal type bird situation, and she was. I don't remember what the plot of the game was, but it was she was. I don't know. She was going around doing jumping and all kinds of shit. She was gonna get special abilities and all that. I've definitely got some old files where that was being worked out somewhere on my computer. I will not show them off because God knows what else I got on there. You know what I mean. But yeah, she was originally the protagonist, and it ended up I was unable to finish that project just due to time being broke and not being able to support that as my career. And also, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It took me like 3 months to get one sprite done because I didn't know. I was still really inexperienced with the animation. But over time, I've sort of acquired the necessary skills to make a passable sprite. And so we're going at it again, except this time she's not the main character. And the game where she is the main character did end up getting made. It just wasn't a platformer. Whoa, why am I getting feedback? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sometimes the phone will do that if I set it too close. I think it's either too close to the microphone or too close to something else. Give me a second. I gotta check a message. Lord of mercy. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna toss that and keep it moving. So where are we at with this? Ooh, actually, I kind of like that motion there, where it's like closed hands, then ta-da. I like that. Maybe it's a little too active. I don't know. But it kind of makes sense because she's a bird, so it's almost like she's flapping her wings. You know? I don't know. Let's experiment and see how that. Whoa. Let's see how that works with the extra frames added. I wonder if there's an easier way to do this, but probably not. Doesn't look half bad. Because she's a background character, she's a side character in this game, so it's like that kind of works. Honestly, her legs are still janky, but we can fix that real quick. And then there's like a third character I need to animate. I'm actually half inclined to reanimate the player character. There's nothing really wrong with the animation, but it's all the lines, like all the outlines on these characters are kind of messed up. I don't know what was going on with the previous artist, but it was kind of like they didn't know how to make everything uniformly, consistent with the line thickness or the file size or something. I'm really not sure. It's a weird problem. But like every single asset in the game currently has a different outline and they're all blurry and shit. Again, nothing against the artist. It might even be just like a consequence of early game development. I don't really know. Never got that far with my game because I don't know how to program. It was a pain in the ass. Like, that's the thing that drives me nuts when it comes to doing something like that, like a game project or something. I hate when I don't know what I'm doing. I like when I'm like, okay, all I gotta do is this, and then I get to work, and then it's not a problem. When I have to look at 17 YouTube videos to program a character to move, that's irritating, because it's like, well, I see the damn thing moving. I've animated him moving. Why he no move on screen when I press button? It's infuriating. Actually infuriating. So anyway, my plan is to hopefully be able to just lead the development of a game creatively, and then have the seasoned programmer that I know actually work on it after we're done with his game. And if not, then I'll hire somebody on Fiverr or some shit. I don't know. I'll get AI to program my game so it can glitch out in 17 unforeseen ways. All the things that you could potentially use AI for, and nobody actually uses them for that. Instead, they're like, what if we completely eliminate the artist profession? And not even worry about the fact that the AI is absolutely dependent on original content being added to it. I got into an argument on the internet with some dipshit. He was like, oh man, who cares about the artists getting ripped off from AI? It's like, dog, you would not get to jerk off to your anime titties made free of charge had those artists not slaved away for 10 years, maybe more, to train the AI after their content was stolen. I mean, let's be real here. Yeah, maybe being a Coomer artist is not the most savory profession, but the only reason AI can do that and steal that job is because they work so hard at that. You gotta appreciate, even that part of artist artwork. That's just my opinion on the matter. I'm personally salty. I think some kind of class action should be made, but it's too powerful. You will never bring down the AI giant while everybody believes in it. Besides, if you want to sue somebody, lawyers cost money. That one magical thing that artists don't have. It's funny how that works. Which, after doing some research, honestly, the the world of law is one of the most sketchy, questionable things. Because it's like, yeah, you're a free citizen and all, but can you afford the guy who's allowed to defend you? No? Oh, well, I guess you're screwed then. What's even funnier is if you commit a crime, that's provided for you. Like, so if you're a guy who breaks the law, then you get a free lawyer. But if you're a guy who's like, hey, this person wronged me and I would like to, contest that, they're like, okay, well, do you have money? Are you worth a damn? And if not, then the court's like, well, sorry, bro, you can't fight. You're broke. But we don't care about the opinion of broke motherfuckers. And lawyers, they just eat that up. It's like, yeah, I charge $2,000 for retainer, so I can do everything and not tell you what's going on because you just wouldn't understand. You're a normie. I went to law school for this. Like, if there was ever a job that an AI could actually do, it's probably be a lawyer. Because all you do is read thousands of source material books about what the precedent is, and then you just say whatever pleases the audience. Yeah, I'm salty. Whatever. I'm gonna try to get a little movement out of this hair. Oh, please don't sneeze. Nose, not now. What the hell is happening there? Trying to figure out what's causing the weird chest thing, cause like I know it's partially because I expanded it for the breathing, but something else is just off about it. I don't know what. Okay, that's weird, I suppose. I feel like I probably lost a train of thought somewhere down the line there. So just as a refresher, we're gonna do Dark Souls here in a little bit, maybe in about 30 minutes or an hour. I don't know. It really just depends on how much of a flow I get going here. I'd also like to make breakfast, which maybe I should have done that before, but I don't really have much going on today, so, well, at least not until this afternoon. This afternoon, I'm going to be working a second shift all the way to 10 o'clock at night. Yay. So basically, I'm going to stream today, and then I'm just going to be completely done for the day. Gonna be busy, 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 busy. And then I'm gonna close a fucking restaurant down at 10 o'clock or so. So I'm gonna be tired and smelly. Yay! Isn't that fun? Alright. I don't hate it, but something about it bugs me. Wait a minute. I don't know. I actually think this is probably fine. The tail probably needs a little more movement. Ah, what the fuck? As for Dark Souls, I don't know what we're gonna do today. The first thing, we're probably gonna beat Beta Chaos. So yay on that, right? Oh, I need onion skin. There we go. Not that far. But yeah, we're gonna beat Beta Chaos, and then what is next? Seath and Four Kings. Yeah. My goal there is to hopefully. Ooh, almost made a mistake there. Um, to hopefully have like enough Twinkling Titanite so I can fully upgrade that my weapon, and then we can just run through the Four Kings because it sucks. Four Kings is so ass. And if you missed most of the Dark Souls stream, don't worry because, like I said on those streams, I will be doing more. Maybe not immediately after. I want to get fucking Elden Ring and play it because like that was one of my main motivations to getting a new PC is that I want to play Elden Ring at full capacity. To hell with this 30 frames per second PS4 baloney. And maybe I'm hoping anyway. It will change my opinion on the game. Like, oh, the game isn't poorly designed. It's just the PS4 shouldn't be running it. That would make me feel a lot better anyway. I mean, I enjoy the game. Like, I played maybe 3 or 4 full builds on Elden Ring, but once you get to what is it? Once you get to like the capital, well, it's more than that. Okay, so like the damage that the game deals all around is too high. Compared to where you are level wise, it's always just a little too high. And the game moves really fast for how punishing it is. I don't like that. Ooh, I don't like that either. Like there needs to be a little more going on there. Still needs more. Stop. Yeah, I don't like that. Hmm. It's like, do we want to split it up like the fingers, or do we want to do something sort of simple? Say we try it both ways. Yeah. Yeah, I think that frames the real issue. It's like she's spinning her tail around. Doesn't doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay, we need to think about this. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Onion skin off. Ooh, I need to clean that up. That looks terrible. Anyway. Yeah, but what I was saying is like the Elden Ring's just it's got weird damage. It's questionable at best sometimes. Like I'd say Morgott's probably the best boss in the entire game, just because he has his combos, he has his heavy hitting attacks, but he's not killing you in one hit every single time. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I think part of the issue is here. This is still wrong. God damn it. All right. Hmm. Well, no. Let's onion skin again. See, it looks like it's bending like right here, which is wrong. It needs to probably be like up there. So I really say let's add a new layer so I don't have to do this over and over. And we'll just do it like that. Fuck it. Oh wait, not the move, not the move. Okay. Mm, maybe that's a little too much movement. Hmm. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like her tail just not moving. It bothers me. But maybe like just subtle movement is the move. Like sort of a tail wag, but not really. shot. See, that just looks weird to me. I mean, that makes sense if she was like moving her hips or something, but she's not. I don't know. So we're just gonna leave it where it is, and maybe readdress that later. Got to get this store moving, you know. Yeah, that's fine. That's probably fine for now. Um. So yeah, there's another guy. Let me see if I can find the file for him, and then we can get started on that. And then let's see, how long have we been streaming? Not that long. Under 40 minutes. That's kind of surprising. I feel like animation takes a long time, but it really doesn't if you just sit here and do it. Alright, let's go. Gmail. Oh, wait, no, I don't need to go to Gmail. I got it right here. Okay. I hate that you can't just copy a fucking file. So annoying. Alright. MS Paint so we can make this the right resolution. Where is it? There we go. Not that. Resize. Let's go. Let's go percentage like by, I don't know, 50%. That's not enough. Another 50. That might work. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna to be continued on her. And 128. Oh shit! I just realized that's gonna fuck with my. Yep. Every time I do it every time. So I need to start using these, I guess, the non-numpad numbers. All right. Wait, hold on. How big is this damn store? Oh, it's 256. Right. Alrighty. Now we just take this guy here. Paste. There we go. Well, it's not the most aesthetic, but it'll work. Where's the wand tool? Is there not one in Sprite? There it is. Cool. Okay. No. We need the box again. So this guy, he's a kobold, so obviously he's going to be shorter. Hell, that looks about the right size. Let's make him a wee bit larger. New layer. And yeah, we just pretty this up on this new layer here. Excuse me. Oh, if you if you want to leave a comment, I'd appreciate it. If not, oh well. But I'm turning the comments on now, or rather, I'm looking at them. Yes, everything is going as planned. Anyway. Oh, and if you have any suggestions for games to play, I might consider it. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna stick with FromSoft games and stuff for right now. It's what I know best, you know. Homeboy was like, "Hey man, you don't have to just redraw everything exactly as it was. I mean, if you want to spice it up with the animations and make it like, original assets and stuff." And I'm like, "Well, dude, you already paid for these to be drawn. We might as well just, use those. I don't know what the hell you want for characters, and that would be like 16 commissions one after the other. We're supposed to be operating on a budget, you know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy about this head shape, I will say that, but I'm peculiar about things, or particular, I suppose. If it's non-aesthetic, I'm gonna cringe. So if there is room for me to kind of like rework something to where it's slightly more aesthetic, I'm gonna sneak it in. You know, like to be honest, I despise this character's head. Everything about him's okay. I just hate his head shape. I hate his weird mouth shape. I don't like it. So I'm gonna try to fix it, make it better. Yeah, despise this thing's head. It just doesn't look right. I'd like to get into 3D animation. I did dabble with it a little bit because oh, it's fun to mess with it at the very least, even if it's not like something to use productively. And I was playing around. I made a few posts on Twitter like when I first made my new account. I got banned on Twitter in like 10 years ago for being political. Well, it was more like being volatile. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was loose with my words, more so than now. But anyway, so I finally that my problem is like I would get involved in arguments and stuff on the internet, and it'd also be the same account that I post art on. So I kind of be throwing that account in the garbage after a while. But we stay away from politics for the most part nowadays because ain't nothing gonna save us, man. You can vote all you want, man. It's not gonna get better. You gotta make it better with what you got. That's about the only advice I could give to anybody that's still paying attention to politics. But anyway, so yeah, I made a new account and then I was like, this will just be purely art. I'm not gonna mess my own stuff up anymore. And I think I've been pretty good at that. Yeah, we're probably gonna fix him a little bit because I don't like his face. at all. I mean, is he supposed to look like an old man? That's what he looks like. I mean, I get the cane and the robe and everything, but is he supposed to look like an old man? You know? I don't know. I feel like his chin's too big is part of the problem. See, just that little bit more of a flow there is slightly more aesthetic. Alrighty. I also don't like this red. We're gonna try to make that a little more muted. See if we can get away with it. Hello, brush. Maybe I should be working on one layer. I don't know. Sometimes it's easier to work on multiple layers, but then you get to merging them and it's like, why did I do that? Is that really his normal? Yeah, I guess so. We might change that too. Mm, mm. Okay, it's coming along. See, there's like nothing going on there. That's weird to me. But whatever. I was working on a comic for a while. I sort of had two different comic projects going. It was like I wanted full color comics that were like complete, artworks the whole way through. I did that with one. It's called Temple of the Master. If you want to read it, it's on Newgrounds. Just look up either actual Pendragon or Temple of the Master. Um, and I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. But whoa. Oh, did I never color that? Oh, okay. But I also had like I guess you could call it sketchy comic that's based in the same world and with the same characters and stuff. But it was like very much the opposite. Instead of full color, it was like very sketchy and raw and unpolished. Because originally I was like, well, this is going to be a big ass story, and ain't nobody got time to paint every single frame and every single panel, to the best of their detail. Even though it looked nice, it's like, well, I'm only human and I got a lot of story to tell. I do think that sort of impacted negatively on the readability, obviously, and some of that is intentional. I think that there's an artsiness to messy work that has a purpose. You know, like not to compare myself to somebody that's actually professional, but like Hunter x Hunter is known sort of infamous for being messy, but at the same time you power through it because it's a really good story, and that's sort of what I was shooting for, you know. Like I don't care about the art because you get the idea most of the time. Nobody needs to see the same idle pose for a character as they're walking through a city or doing this or that. You know, it's like you get the idea. Like let's move it along a little. But I will say that I think that that negatively impacted the readability. Either way, I got about 150, maybe 200 pages into that, and it went places. I was not displeased with it. In fact, I'd still like to continue and post more updates to it. But my thing is, positive feedback loop is necessary for me to want to continue a project. And that one I might even still continue without anybody reading it. I don't really care. But my main issue has been okay. Well, I focus all my time on art, but it's not giving me anything back. Like I kind of need to be paid, or it's not really a career, is it? It's more of a hobby, and hobbies don't you know they don't work. Pendragon needs a new pair of shoes. He actually does. I might be getting some this next couple days. Here's hoping, anyway. I took my normal shoes to work on my first day, and it ended up being like the nastiest, greasiest damn kitchen that you've ever seen. And my shoes were utterly ruined. It didn't help that it was raining its ass off, and I had to close my first day, which involves taking garbage out to a horrible, disgusting, mud surrounded dumpster. I'm talking, it's like a damn moat out there of dumpster keep. Anyway, so naturally I stepped 6 foot deep into a puddle, and my shoes have been falling apart ever since. It sucks. Because I really like these shoes. They've served me well. And they were coming apart a little bit, but the ship really sailed with that deep ass puddle I stepped in. It was sad. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to get that taken care of. Hopefully, I get my teeth fixed soon, too. I mean, it's not a pressing issue, but I have had like giant holes in my teeth that I've had to kind of, navigate around for like 2 years now. They told me like, dude, you gotta get like the whole right side fixed, and I'm like, great, I don't have a job, and they're like, that's fine. You don't have to pay with insurance. You can pay out of pocket, and I'm like, oh, cool. How much is it? And they're like, well, this one filling is gonna be $500. And I was like, interesting. And then that's where that story ended. I still have cavities and big ass holes where the fillings fell out to this day. You ever wonder why I don't animate my mouth actually? Well, it's because all you'd see is a bunch of jagged, broken teeth. Just broken teeth and broken dreams. Now, I feel like we kind of adapted this guy alright. This is gonna be his idle animation. He's going doop 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 doop. Nah, I don't know what to do with him. Um, I guess we start like we did with all of them and just kind of do the breathing emotion, emote, emoji. looks okay. Shit. Yeah, don't pay attention about the rough parts. This is the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. That's kind of nice. I like it. It's very bouncy. Ah, no. Okay. Yeah, I really should probably clean out all the not safe for work commissions and stuff off of my files, just so I'm not paranoid every time I save a file. Like, oh god, I'm gonna get banned on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Would not be a vibe though. Well, maybe you shouldn't have drawn all that porn. Shut up. Like I said, them shoes and teeth aren't cheap. I think it's actually faster to color pick the transparent color than it is to switch to an eraser. Yeah, it really is faster. Ooh, don't like that. What's happening there? Well, it could probably use a little polish, but all around, not too bad. He's like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. Um, I think his name is Dad for some reason, which is a weird name for a kobold. I guess any name's weird, but Dad, it's questionable. Let's see how the classic idle frames kind of work with it. Not too bad. Hmm, not too bad at all. And that kind of puts us at about an hour. It's 10 o'clock, so I think we'll come back to this later. Maybe switch to Dark Souls here in a bit. I'm going to eat breakfast first, but yeah, stick around if you want to watch Let's Play stream, and we'll get that going. Uh, Thank you for watching. I'm Pendragon. This is my animation stuff. Next will be Let's Plays. Let's Plays. Yeah, anyway, see you later.